Good. Okay, so we have a Shibalanke, a Nox, an Achilles, a Yorm, and a Ravana versus a Kabrakan, an Osiris, a Rom, a Zhonghui, and a Set.
Okay, so immediately I'm skeptical of any team that includes Jormungandr, personally. I'm hoping that this is Achilles' support in this case, but I have no idea which direction this is going to go. Based on team comp alone, I'm already inclined to go towards a team that has Osiris, Rama, and Zhonghui and Set. We're on the Siege map. What in the world?
We are, yeah, we're on Siege. We're starting Siege. And, oh gosh.
What?
Let's go. How do I go up?
E and Q
E?
are your
there we go. E and Q is up. Okay, so let's go ahead and go up here. There we go. Everyone's loaded in.
Why is there 2 attack things in the center of the screen? That's
I
my
don't
question.
know. What are those? Where's my HUD editor?
I don't know either.
What is that? Components? I don't know what that is. I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Can you?
We're gonna hide
them?
that.
Oh, if you.
There we go. Let's apply that.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Are we good? Oh no, that one's still there. That one's still there.
Yeah, you gotta click on that bad boy and then.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, play. There we go. Okay.
Perfect.
So we should
It's
be
no
good.
longer there. It's so much better without it. Wow. It's astounding.
Oh my gosh. All right. So if I press this button, I'm gonna lock on. There we go. I'm remembering things.
Yeah. Perfect.
Now, if I do this, we're gonna do assisted. Oh yeah. Look at that view. It's beautiful. It's perfect. All right, we've got both teams headed on up. We've got boomers versus late rotations. This should be a very interesting match. I don't know how to put up other stats. There we go. Let's put player damage on there. And then how do I change this down here? Because I want to see items. There we go. We did it.
Yep.
We did it. We're good.
Easy. Oh, is it crashing or lagging or pause?
I don't know if it's crashing or lagging.
Oh, pause. Maybe.
It's paused? Okay.
It appears to be paused just because the numbers are not moving at the top for the timer. But
it does.
Could be wrong on that one.
Are they going for an invader right here?
I honestly don't know if Invader's
they're going past the red.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. I don't know if
I think they're
going to
go for it
on Siege or not. I'm genuinely not sure.
I haven't tested that. That could be very interesting. But if this works out in their favor, this could be huge getting the ball rolling.
I understand that this is a tournament setting, but even witnessing this in a setting that is like potentially the most competitive environment, this makes me sick to my stomach.
I mean, I don't know why I thought Frost was not going to invade. I mean, that's just what happens, man. Oh god, George is caught out. They're already going for it. They're getting in there. Can Kabrakan get in and save? No. Looks like they're just going to back off for now.
Yeah, they're doing the dance right now. They're doing the dance. They're trying to waste as much time as possible. They're committed
at this point because if you go back.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
You're going to be late clearing buffs, and oh my gosh, that's a big engagement there.
Oh no, that's a lot of damage.
Stun. Oh man, Ravana in a little bit of a bad place here.
Oh, the knockup though.
Man, so realistically, this is probably going to be a more bruisery Jorm, I'm guessing. I mean, well, bruiser kind of. We've got benevolence and spear start pretty much.
Yeah, let's talk about these. Let's talk about these starts. We've got 2 Eye of the Jungles coming out. That should be fun.
Okay, so Eye of the Jungle on Achilles, like there's a lot to hate about this, but realistically, Achilles has some very, very high damaging basic attacks. So I guess if you're good with, just landing basic attacks consistently, then you might get some value out of it. But even still, Protector of the Jungle, I don't know if Protector of the Jungle gives you passive in the center of the Siege map, but if it does, that's actually kind of powerful.
I believe it should, technically speaking. Honestly, they get away with this red buff, and that makes this invade worth it.
I mean, as long as they can secure all their other buffs, sure. Zhonghui's taking a lot of damage right now. That's a lot of lockdown onto him. I think he's going to still be able to get out of there. 1 red buff. I mean, they didn't really lose anybody. Worth 50-50.
I think it was pretty good.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
As long as they can secure all their other buffs and not lose too much farm, I think 1 red buff invade isn't too bad early on, but that will give them a little bit of an advantage if the other team doesn't come back and invade one of their buffs as far as getting their first, siege engine to push down the lane.
That's very true. We'll see what happens as they go into their laning phase now. Well, not quite laning phase because now boomers still have to clean their buffs up. Later rotations do have almost all of theirs down. They're just holding on to the one in the back there, so they're going to be able to have lane control. This is going to be a little bit of a rough start for boomers potentially here.
It looks like a rough start, but again, like a lot of the, I feel like a lot of the game is dictated by how well you play around the siege engines because they're a lot stronger in this than they are in the new Cleage mode. So I think that's one thing that like gets kind of snowbally is if you end up getting your siege tanks first and quickly, then you can quickly find yourself in a very advantageous state and make it a lot easier to rotate around the map just for getting one tower or something like that. So make it a little bit easier to go for those invades. You don't need all 5 people to go with you maybe when you go. We got a
Definitely.
little bit of lag here coming through. It looks like
That is the
there we go.
longest Jormungandr breath I've ever seen without taking a break.
Yeah, maintain that
huge.
high speed the whole time. It was amazing.
That was big.
Yeah,
You gotta
clearly
love
build
that.
differential
All right.
play.
Now they're getting they haven't even dropped their speed yet. Oh no, they got the minions under the tower. However, Leaf we have over here in the jungle, but oh, we got some jumps coming in. Oswald's going. Can this be first blood? No, the ultimate is going to be forced out of Osiris, and he's going to walk away underneath his tower. He's good to go.
Yeah, I mean, ultimate for ultimate, pretty solid trade. 2v1 environment, that's about as good as it gets for Osiris, I think. He's not looking to take that fight right now.
No.
Looking a little bit more at the builds, we see he's got a Hunter's Cowl, which has got to be a little bit disappointing. Wouldn't be super shocked to see him go for a Leader's Cowl maybe, but I don't know what that's going to upgrade into. Are the upgrades decided as well?
The upgrades are decided as well. Dwurst is in a little bit of trouble here. He's in a 3v1, and he is going to be put down into the ground right before Leggy Leg says, "Hey man, let's take a pause out of this one very quickly."
Man, that is
so
bad spot.
For those that are not familiar with Trollament rules, what we go through with these is your starter items have to be built. You are given a total of 7 items, starter included. Your starter and your starter upgrade must be completed, and any of the other 5 out of your 6 items that you have, you're able to build whichever one you want in the order you want. It just has to be from that list.
Okay, so the starter and upgrade are dictated for you, and everything else you can be as flexible with as you want to and try to make a functioning build.
Correct, yes.
Pretty much. Okay, understood. Yeah, I'm very, very interested to see where a lot of these starters end up going, because so far, I mean, this Hunter's Cowl Osiris, I'm hoping, Leather Cowl Osiris, I'm hoping goes into a Leader's Cowl and not a Hunter's Cowl, but Jormungandr in a little bit of trouble, forced to burn the ultimate there to get out or go in.
He's got no fear on that one.
There we go. Uses the last hit to move on out of there. Makes sense to me. Good play from the Jormungandr being able to get out of there. He was caught in the middle of 3. That would have been very bad for the Jorm.
And we're back to leg.
I mean,
you know, when I said I was hoping this tournament was going to be a little scuffed, I didn't mean this.
I think, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, I think that the 2 most consistently scuffed parts of Smite are the spectator client and the servers. So this appears to be a combo of both. I'm not sure which one's to blame here, but we're getting consistent lag, and also the spectator client appears to be throwing the game right out the window.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're on brand. This just means we're on brand. Oh, there we go. Nice little gank over here onto the baby. Are they going to be able to pick that up? Rom is low. He's going to force out the Aegis, and that is going to be it. No more damage taken on that. He's going to be able to back up underneath the tower and light clear. However, on the right side, we did miss up a nice little clearing. Yorm able to make something happen. Are they going to be able to get another pickup? He is running for his life. Oswald does pick up the Rom. Very low. Jean-Quis coming in to try to do what he can. I don't know about that. You're 1v3, and in that scenario, you are locked down. You are going to be going down. You might be able to take some damage, but not quite that much, buddy.
Oh man, I mean, it is hard to keep up with this pressure right now. I mean, realistically, the Nox is pretty much just complete full send on support Nox at this point. We've got a Sentinel's Gift into what looks like tier 2 of Gauntlet of Thebes potentially, but that could be, you know, Gauntlet of Thebes, Mail of Renewal, or what's the other one in that tree? There's one more. There's one more in that tree that I never see built.
Oh gosh, I can't remember because I never see it built. I don't know.
Oh man,
I gotta say though, right now, this is huge. You see how they're grouping up over on that left-hand side? That should be a dead Osiris. Like there's no reason he shouldn't die here. But the best part about this is the entire team is coming. And look at what is on the right side of the map pushing up.
Yep, Siege Engine.
Look at that. The Siege is coming. They're easily going to be able to get there. They probably could have taken that tower if they really wanted, but they're all backing. They're going to be healthy up, and they are going to go right in and portal to that Siege coming through. Which, and look at that. Frost is already there, dealing the damage that he can. The knockup is good, and Nightlock is going to be able to pick up that one on the Kabrakan. And now, all Jadora is able to do is just run away.
Man, and can we get a look at the graphs real quick as far as golden XP differential real quickly? Just so we can take a gander at that.
Let me figure out which button that is. Gold in hand. Gold per minute. Let's look at that.
Say, oh my gosh, Jean-Quis ultimate got expended there, but then we got a little bit more spectator lag. But if you click at the bottom where the item screen is, there should be one for graphs.
Is there? I don't know how to free mouse, so I got to do that.
Oh,
there it is.
There you go. Yeah, I think is hold space free mouse.
Oh, hey, look at that. It is.
Okay, perfect. All right, all right. I mean, so
And
realistically,
apparently the lag is coming from low delay mode. That's our bad. I didn't know that.
okay, so we're just gonna have to watch every game with a big delay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch each game with the delay. That's fine. At least we know moving forward. See, by the time we get to the championship match, it's all gonna be worked out.
So it is properly scuffed. Okay, perfect. Like
Yes,
like
it's
we
properly
anticipated,
scuffed.
but more scuffed than we realized. Perfect.
Exactly.
Okay. That's
That is one.
perfect.
That lockdown is just absolutely ridiculous. That is going to be a dead Viper very soon, I think. No, he is going to be able to get out of there. Never mind. Leaf picks it up. The support, however, look at that damage coming through. What more can be done? What more can they do? They have 2 towers down. The ROM is split pushing. Is that the call that you would make right now, Vince?
Have ROM split push? Definitely not. I mean, I think you need ROM in these engagements realistically. I mean, they got a tier 1 and a tier 2 off of that. I mean, I would want ROM grouped up at that point for sure. Like your ROM needs to get a little bit of farm, but at the same time, like you need everybody that you can in these team fights when you're this far down. Like really, your only hope is to like try to have a good defense using the 6th man either as the tower or the Phoenix. And if you're already down a man, then having a 5th man doesn't help you that much. But I wanted to show the graphs because I mean, realistically, 2.4k XP, 2.7k gold at this stage of the game is looking pretty rough. Even if they're building like
That's big.
completely troll things, you know, we're 5 minutes into the match.
That's a huge lead at 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Huge lead at 5. I mean, look at the item, like the item differences. They have full. We've got a half-stacked Gauntlet of Thebes. Everyone has their first item finished. There's only 2 completed items on the side of late rotations.
Yeah, and
That's a little bit. That's rough.
Looking at the team comps alone, I mean, I was pretty heavily in favor of late rotations on this one, just because I know that like Kabrakan can't be rooted by the Nox. Whenever he has his 1 active, he has immunity to slows and I believe roots, and like that's actually a really bad time for any Nox players. But their team is just playing so well and coordinating so well together. I mean, look at that knock up to set up 2 people there from the Jormungandr. Achilles putting in a lot of damage right now. A jump over the wall from Ivana will secure that kill onto both members there, and Rama and Kabrakan both go down. Beautiful
You
play
can't
from
stop
Boomers.
them. It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
guys...
Look at this siege. This siege is now going to drop. I mean, this was the one thing that I was going to state. Like, the one good thing that Rom did with the split push, it allowed, like, he pushed up the minions far enough so this siege juggernaut was able to go the distance. It was able to get as far as it could without meeting any resistance. The problem is, now they're easily going to be able to disperse of this. You are down 2 members of your team, and there's now another siege on the opposite side pushing up where there is no towers, that as soon as they dispatch this one, they can easily teleport right back up. This is most likely going to be a Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. And realistically, like the thing is, as good as it is to have those minions pushed up with the Siege Juggernaut, the Siege Juggernaut's going to push the minions anyways. And now you lost a tier 1, a tier 2, and the middle Siege Juggernaut that is now pushing up right lane again. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely
like,
don't think the trade was worth it.
I understand the intent. I get the intent of it, but it's one of those situations where your heart was in the right place, unfortunately not the brain. But now we're over here on the right-hand side of the map. As soon as I can find the key, there we go, pushing up with this siege. Look at this going. Leaf is just waiting. This Nox. There is no stopping this Nox at all. I pressed the wrong button. Dwarf's got the kill. It's okay.
There we go. Achilles picks 1 up. They're sieging down this Phoenix right now. Jormungandr going to be the initiator there, even though he is surprisingly not tanky at all. This is Mage Jormungandr outside of the Benevolence. We might even see. Can Jorm go Animosity? There's no way that Jorm procs Animosity, right? There's no shot that happens.
Honestly, I would love to know that, but I think this game's going to be over before that happens. This is a commanding lead by Boomers. I mean, 9-1 at 6 minutes 30 seconds. We have a 5k gold differential still. The levels are just heavily in their favor. I mean, I don't know. They're huge. They're huge.
Yeah, you know, I would like to call out a win condition for late rotation at this point, but I struggle to see one. I mean, Kabrakan with a big rotation around the back looks like he got a little bit of, you know, like tickle poke onto the Jormungandr there. That was kind of cute, but not much else. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Boomers just straight up, they showed up to this tournament and they're like, hey, it's late, we're old, we need to go to bed, we're gonna end this quick. That's the plan.
We're old. That's how I'm gonna start every pep talk anytime I do anything for the team from now on. All right, guys, don't forget, we've got 1 foot in the grave right now, but we can still do this. It's gonna be just fine. Oh man, I mean the deaths onto this Kabrakan, and Kabrakan being what appears to be a burst Kabrakan as well, because you got the Rada Tahuti online first, going into one of the spear options, or Ob Shard potentially, something like that. That is not a spot you want to be with full damage Kabrakan.
No, I
That's
wish I could see what the full build was that the Kabrakan had available to him. Because, I mean, obviously, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go, I don't know how I feel about Rod of Tahuti first item. That is a very expensive item to get online for your first slot. It's a good item. It does provide a good amount of damage. But for the most part, I mean, you're only getting 140 magical power. The MP5 is very negligible. The penetration at this point in the game, also very negligible. And the passive is for basic attacks and abilities. It's that 25% additional magical power. You don't have that much magical power at this point. I don't know if I would have done that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like, Rod of Tahuti, this early in the game, like, that's an item that you buy when you were trying to go into Chronos Pendant or Karen's Coin. You get enough of a lead that you can afford to buy Rod of Tahuti as another option just for the massive power spike. When you're behind on Kabrakan and you're going Rod of Tahuti first item, I mean, that's Kabrakan damage is live by the sword, die by the sword. You either get a lead and snowball or you throw. There is no in
it's a
between.
tough call to, well, I mean, at the same time, he made that commitment, and I respect that commitment, right?
Same.
He started building that item. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I love these trees. Gosh, diddly darn it.
We see Shadow Steel Shuriken picked up by the Ravana as well. Got Sovereignty and Heartward on Achilles. Auras are pretty powerful. Extra prots for the team. Physical and magical defense. Quite nice.
They
Nox.
One thing I want to place. Take a look here. Look at these wards we got placed. Look at these nice little wards we got. They know what's up. They know what's going on. They want to protect that jungle. I mean, there is one placed over here from Boomers, but late rotations, they do not want to be caught off guard anymore.
And I mean, that's a smart pickup too. And it's not as easy in Siege to pick up wards either, because you only have the option to buy sentry wards. You can't buy normal wards. So every time that you're picking up a ward, it's an investment of 120 gold. Definitely makes it a lot more expensive, but the value that you get out of having those sentries down, is a lot higher because you can spot out other wards when you place it. But the downside is, if you're the first one to ward, then you kind of lose the battle, because if somebody else puts a ward on top of your ward, they are guaranteed to get that gold.
And if you look over on the side of Boomers, we have a ward on Frost and we have a ward on Nightlock. Both of them are ready to go. And I think they're going to be pushing up this left lane. There's nobody over here to stop them. This tower's gone. There's no way they can rotate over here fast enough. Late rotations have to let this one go. The question is, are they going to start backing? It looks like they're just going to keep pushing.
When you have this much of a lead, it's 9-1. You've got about a 5k gold advantage. I mean, realistically, you run it down. I mean, that's what you go for, You press this advantage as hard as you can. Don't give the enemy any opportunity to come back. They saw the Siege Giant was coming up soon. It spawned into the left lane. Sure enough, the last one had spawned in the right lane. So hey, this is the play. Push it out as hard as you can. Give that Siege a clear path. Force the enemies into another fight. They don't want to take this behind. And sure enough, it's already not going their way.
We get to see Rom live for a few more seconds. Osiris did just back, which is really good. Jonqui also made it back. Kabrakan's in the process. They know they need to get here. This Phoenix most likely is going to go down before they are able to make it, however. And look at what is behind Boomers. Not just them. We are looking at a fully healthy Siege.
Yeah.
Look at that bad boy.
Yeah. Realistically,
look at that bad boy.
If they get this Phoenix before the Siege Juggernaut gets there, we're probably seeing a Titan push right here.
100%. I have no doubt in my mind that Phoenix is going to be going down before the Siege gets there, and they're going to be able to push in, especially now that it is 5v4.
Man. Oh, and they fade back into the jungle.
They're backing off. They're backing off.
All right, play it safe.
All right, I'm wrong. I need to stop calling plays.
Can't leave anything to fate.
Call me Mifflin, because everything I say is incorrect.
Oof. Sheesh.
I didn't say that out loud,
did I? Not even here catching strays. Good God. Oh, man. And another,
they went back in.
Man.
Set just goes down, dropped out. It is now a 2v5. I think this is going to be the end of it. Everyone is going in. The Siege is making the play. They're being zoned out into the fountain. They can't even come out to defend the Titan. The Nox silence is down. It is good. The damage is coming through. And Boomers are going to take game 1.
Man. And what a beautiful game when it was for Boomers, honestly. I mean, while watching them play that set, it's hard to imagine a world in which they struggle moving forward. I mean, that was really well played by them. I would say the builds on the other side of the enemy team actually looked pretty decent too for what they had to work with, aside
Yeah.
from Leather Cowl Osiris. Everything else looked decently functioning. You know, I mean, War Flag Jonquay might leave a little bit to be desired, but he's kind of a bruiser mage anyway, so I think they could have gotten some value there. But it just seemed like at the end of the day, the Boomers came out ready. They were a little bit more prepared,
Yep.
had a little bit of age advantage there, a little bit more wisdom under their belt. So they win this.
I mean, they're Boomers for a reason. They're Boomers for, even though I think only one of them is. Oh, wait, are any of them over level 30 or level 30? Age 30? I don't know.
I have no idea. I
My
hope
actually,
they're over
I
level
am.
30.
I'm a dad of 3 children.
Oh man, what a first game.
Dude, what a
first
game. All
game.
right, so that was first game. So Boomers are moving on. That's great. They're moving on. Now you know what we got to do. We need to figure out if we are doing Siege or if we are doing Clash next. And there's only one way to determine this.
Okay. What's the way?
We're doing a duck race.
Ah, of course.
The
great decider.
We've got to do the duck race. It's the only way. It's the only way.
If I'm not mistaken, the duck race predicted the SPL, correct?
The duck race
Like the
predicted
SPL World?
SWC championship.
Man,
Like, how does that even happen?
the
How
Ducks
does
are
that
orphans.
even
They
happen?
have a gift.
It should.
They have a gift. I mean, it works for a reason. That's all I'm saying.
All-
Clearly it worked. So
All hail the Ducks. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say is all hail the Ducks. What is going? They changed duck race. There must have been an update, like literally last night,
I hate
because
that.
it just changed on me. Okay, never mind. We're good. I was able to go back to regular stuff. All right, so we need to edit the list. Let me get this thing going. Rigged.
All right.
It wasn't rigged. Like I love trolling. Like seriously, it's the best thing. You don't know what to expect.
Say, I was looking at the part 2 bow being built by Set, and I was like, God, I hope that's Ickable, because that would actually be like semi decent, you know?
It'd have been good. It would have been good. I have
But,
no idea
man.
what we could have seen. We still haven't seen Crit Shock. Gosh darn it.
We
It's
haven't
only
even
one
seen
match.
Shock.
It's only one match. We haven't even seen Shock, so we can't see a Crit Shock. But you know what we
Hopefully.
can see?
What can we see?
We can see a duck race.
I'm ready. I say,
Here we
will you
go.
be streaming your screen to me as well?
Let
Because it's still on Smite for the time being. I don't know if you
me
can do that.
let me do that. How do I change it?
Say,
Let me see. Stream quality report. Let me stop streaming and then I can do it again.
perfect.
Let me share my screen and now we'll share the duck race and then I'll just go back to Smite as soon as we're ready because we need this. All right, here we go. We've got Clash, we've got Siege. Clash, the number 2 duck. Siege, the number 1 duck. Let's see what we can do. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Let's see what we are going to be doing next. And they're off. We've got Clash taking a very early lead out the gate. Siege is looking strong, though. They are going a slow and steady pace. We're going to see exactly just what happens here. Siege picking up speed and is now going up in front. Here he comes, swimming down the lane. The red stripes doing justice, but how much justice can be done, Vince?
I mean, realistically, at this point, I'm not familiar with this matchup personally, but it looks like Clash is starting to gain on Siege a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what dictates the pace at which these ducks are moving, but Clash is overtaking Siege. We got 30 seconds left on the timer right now. It's anybody's race at this point.
You don't know what's going to happen. Clash with a commanding lead, but it could flop just like that. You never know what's going to happen. Siege, however, could be conserving that energy is now coming back. Siege did just get a match last time, so that might have toned it down and made a little time over Clash. Clash is losing steam. Clash not having that commanding lead anymore. We are at 10 seconds left. However, Siege is going off the map. They're really slowing down, but no, it was a bait. Siege coming through. It's going to be Siege for round 2.
Man, beautiful. Siege round 2 again. You know,
Look at
the
that
way
photo finish.
Man,
Look at that photo finish. That was good. Siege had us going, man.